Hey everyone, welcome to Aviation Info. This is Aman and today we're gonna discuss the situation of the aviation industry during the COVID-19 pandemic. Stay tuned, watch this video till end and let me know your thoughts and inputs regarding the current situation. Also, if you like this video, do consider subscribing and sharing this video with your friends and family. The airline industry was, is and will always be one of the most important industries when it comes to travel and tourism. Aviation is one of the most global industries, connecting people, cultures, and businesses across continents. However, there is this one thing that devastated the aviation industry completely. Almost after 2 decades of the 9/11 attacks, this is the only thing that actually made a huge impact on the entire travel and tourism world. On an average day before the pandemic, around 100,000 airplanes flew in the sky, transporting goods and cargo, as well as the passengers or travelers, which drastically fell to a great extent, and the reason being coronavirus. Look at the number of flights before and after the pandemic began. The traffic used to be extremely high, which now seems to be pretty low because of the travel restrictions from the travel authorities and governing bodies of all the countries imposing a strict lockdown in their respective nations. All the travel movement was and is still restricted to a great extent. Airlines unfortunately were left with no option than to shut down operations and ground their aircrafts. As you can see the images of various airports across the globe, planes were literally being parked on the runways, taxiways, ramps, etc. Here are some of the major airlines who grounded their huge fleet of aircrafts and were able to fly only the freighter jets with some of the passenger jets, that too for the repatriation purposes. Even during a dangerous and scary situation like this, airlines were the only available option for repatriation. Many national airlines stepped forward for bringing the citizens back to the nation. Thousands of students were stranded abroad and were left with no option than to evacuate and fly back to their home. The airlines not only volunteered for their kind act towards evacuating stranded citizens, but did not hesitate to convert their fully operational passenger aircrafts into modified cargo jets by removing, restructuring, or even folding the seats and accommodating the essential cargo. By doing so, the airlines helped a lot to transport medication and protective kits along with other essentials within a short time span. While this was all about the impacts of COVID-19 on the aircraft fleet, the saddest thing for the aviation hospitality was the number of travelers. The empty terminals, lounges, concourses, duty-frees, as well as the in-flight services being abandoned as a precaution to avoid contact between the infected travelers is one of the worst things the industry can experience. As everyone's aware of the relation between the airline and the hospitality industry, major losses have been faced by all the companies related to it. The tourists weren't able to travel, resulting in indirect losses to the hotels, lodgings, railways, cruises, transport, and the other industries. The condition is such that in order to promote hygiene, companies have started spending much on smallest of things, which directly results in the airline's miscellaneous expenses. Talking about the job loss and pay cuts of the employees is another sad thing to post on. The pilots, cabin crews, ground staff did face job loss, pay cuts, and leave without pay, but the people working on the airports in such situation also put their life in danger. The ATCs definitely received enough leave from the hectic schedule, but also faced pay cuts. We will discuss about the employees and staff of the airlines, the future job opportunities, and other related things in the upcoming video. One of the very few positive things happening currently is the boost in the freight and logistics industry. The airlines literally revived their old cargo planes and some converted the passenger jets into cargo jets as discussed earlier. Well, in this scenario, the major aircraft manufacturers like Airbus and Boeing have contributed pretty much by transporting safety kits from one continent to another. The other great thing to happen in the industry after years is the climate change. Around 2.6% of the world pollution was contributed by the airline industry. However, due to the grounded fleet and the lesser number of flights operating with barely any passengers, the environment started healing itself from the harsh climatic effects caused by the airplanes. Alright guys, that's it for today's video and I hope you all found it informative. We saw how the industry was and how the pandemic changed it. The drastic fall in the industry should be recovered sooner. What do you think about the industry and its functioning with COVID-19? What do you think should be done in order to revive everything? What will happen in the future, and will everything be back to normal? Dozens of questions lie ahead, but the answer is unknown. Stay tuned and watch my next video to find out what the possible solution could be and how the new normal would regulate the industry. Subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notifications. I thank you once again. Stay safe, stay fit, we will fly sooner.